Hi, it's Wendy. Today I'll be demonstrating how to use a Lucet Fork. It's a two-pronged tool. It's actually a very ancient tool. It goes back to Viking times, and it's used to make a cord or a drawstring. So it's a great complement to any knitting or crochet project. If you just want a nice cord for, say, a hoodie or a purse, something like that. It's also great just as a hobby for someone who wants to sit in the evening and make something neat. It's kind of like the corking you may have done as a child, and it's great for someone who maybe finds crochet or knitting a little too difficult or doesn't have the dexterity to manage the tools. We're going to start by putting the string through the hole from the back to the front. I would recommend a heavier yarn, so a number 4, 5, 6, something like that. This is a number 5 yarn. It can be done with a thinner yarn, but it's just a little easier to manage with a heavier one. So you should also have with your fork some kind of a tool to lift the yarn over. So it might come with something like this, or you can use a yarn needle like that. So again, pull your yarn through the hole down to about the length of the handle. Hold it with your thumb, and we're going to wrap the yarn around the right prong, around the front, through the middle, around the left one, back through the middle, and around the right again. So it should look like that, through the hole, around the right, the left, and the right again. Now you're going to hold the string with your left hand, or with your right hand if you're left-handed. Take the lower strand on the right prong and lift it over the second one like so. Pull on the string to snug it up a bit. Then turn the whole thing to the left. Put the yarn over top of the one on the right prong. Lift up the lower strand, put it over the top. Now we're going to snug it up by pulling the tail and turn it again to the left. You'll see this loop is kind of sloppy. There's two things we can do to snug it up. We can pull on the string like this. And the other thing is when you pick up this lower strand and you tug it, it will tighten up that first stitch. This becomes more obvious as we do more stitches. Turn it to the left. Pull on your string so it's a little bit more to the center. And you can see when I pull it, it tightens up that last stitch I did. And I can tighten it up the rest of the way when I pull on this lower strand and lift it over. Control the tail, hang on to it next to the handle, turn to the left. Again, my stitch is sloppy, but when I pull on this lower one, it snugs it up. See that? Put it over the top, turn to the left. So there's two ways we can control the tension. We can pull our working yarn like that. That will take up some of the slack, but don't pull it too tight because we need a little room to pull this strand over top. And when I pull it, it tightens up the stitch before. Put it over the top, turn to the left, tug the working yarn a little bit, turn to the left, pick up the lower strand, put it over the top, and repeat. Tug your working yarn a little bit, put it over top of the one on the right hand prong here, pick up the stitch and put it over the top. Remembering to control this tail, just pull it down every time to add some tension. Over the top, always turning to the left and working on the right prong. After a while, your braid will start to go right through the hole there. And as it gets longer, you can just wrap it around the handle. If you're left-handed, just switch your tool to your left hand, hold the work with your right hand, and put it over top. Pull the tail, pull the working yarn to snug it up a little bit, and then finish tensioning that stitch when you lift the next stitch over. So you can see here this stitch is really loose, but when I pull this one, it snugs it up and I put it over top. But I do need to also tighten it up by pulling this or it becomes too loose. So you'll get a bit of a routine going. Turn to the left, pull the working yarn just to tension it a bit, lift the stitch over and tension it the rest of the way. Tug the tail to keep it down toward the bottom of the fork. Turn to the left, pull the working yarn, lift the stitch over, tug on the tail. Turn to the left, pull the working yarn, lift the stitch over. If you pull the working yarn too much, you'll have to fight lifting that stitch over. So we want to leave a little bit of room. So I tension it a little bit, but I leave a bit of room in that stitch so that when I lift it over, I've got enough room to pick up that stitch. It's going to take a bit of practice to get the tensioning just right. Pull on your working yarn so that it's sort of in the middle, and then finish the tensioning by lifting the stitch over. Pull it to the middle, tension it by lifting the stitch over. Turn to the left. If you have to put this down in the middle and you're not finished with your cord yet, just take a hair elastic and wrap that around the top, and that will keep your stitches from coming off. And when you're happy with the length of your cord or your braid, we're going to finish it off. So in a similar way, we're going to turn it to the left, but this time we're going to cut the working yarn, leaving several inches. Then, when you put the stitch over, take the one that's cut and pull it right through. Give it a tug to tighten up that stitch. Turn to the left again. Pick up the lower stitch, put it over the working yarn, and pull the working yarn right through. Tug it to tighten up the end of your cord. Then you can take the Lucet Fork off and your beautiful braid will be all finished. And that's how you use a Lucet Fork. I hope that you'll give it a try for yourself. It's an awful lot of fun and very soothing and meditative to do.